States are reopening all across the country. I'll be honest with you, this makes me nervous. It makes me really, really nervous. I'm so worried that with the opening up of states, we'll have more infections and kind of go backwards. But I'm also worried about people not being able to work and not making a living. So I got on Twitter and I tweeted something this morning that went something like this. I'm actually going to read it for you. Remember, just because states are reopening doesn't mean you have to reopen with them. One thing you can control is your behavior. Don't hesitate to continue staying home if you're not comfortable with the situation, if you're at high risk, etc. Now, I was pretty happy with that tweet, and I still mean exactly what I said. But then somebody wrote a comment that really made me think twice. It made me say, you know what? I got to go to my peeps, which is you guys. Got to go to my peeps, and I need to check in. And I want to know what you think. I want to know what's happening in your world. I want to know what you would do and what you're doing. And this lovely lady, her name is Amy, she wrote, she tweeted me back. She says, Dr. Caudle, what's your recommendation for people who are not seniors but have high-risk households and are being called back to work? Unfortunately, in Texas, unless you have enough savings to cover your expenses, you will not qualify for unemployment if you don't return to work. Now, reading that kind of stopped me in my tracks, and it made me dig a little bit further. Now, I'm a doctor, and I always put health first, honestly. Lives come before everything in my mind. Now, I know we need to reopen, but we need to do it safely and the right way and in the right manner so that lives are not lost in the process. So I understand the importance of making a living, but as a physician, I don't want to see another life lost due to coronavirus or honestly anything else to that matter. So I'm very sensitive about this issue about reopening too early. And you know I've done segments on this and I've been very clear. I think that in many cases we are reopening too early or too fast or without thought. But I want to know, what do you guys do about this? In some of the states that are reopening, do you guys feel like you're between a rock and a hard place? Do you feel like you have to go back to work even though maybe you don't want to go back? Many states are opening up things like gyms and churches, hair salons, nail salons, movie theaters, restaurants, tattoo parlors. I mean, the thing that strikes me about those places is that, those are the places that you got to be kind of close to each other. Are places going to have enough personal protective equipment? Are workers going to feel comfortable? And what do you do if that's you? If any of you work in these environments and you're in a state that's reopening up, I want to know, are you going back to work? What do you think? Are you not? Are you worried about money? I recognize that there are a lot of issues and there are a lot of facets to this. It's not simple. And I realize it's not one size fits all, but I need to make sure that we're staying as safe as possible. This is why I say, this element of personal control, there's a lot we can't control with coronavirus. We haven't been able to control much, but one thing we have been able to control is our own personal behavior. That means staying 6 feet away from other people, social distancing, wearing our masks, not touching our face, washing our hands, and using hand sanitizer, all that good stuff. And that's why I say, if you're not comfortable going back, and maybe I'm not talking to those who have to go to work, okay? Of course, we know essential workers have to work, but let's say you don't have to go to work and you're wondering, should I go get a haircut now that I can? Or should I go to the movies? Look, I would say, if you're not comfortable with it, if you think it's going to put you at greater risk or someone else, then I say, exert your personal control. Just because places are reopening doesn't mean you have to reopen with them. And for those of you who are either essential workers or you work in locations that are opening up, I want to hear from you. What are you guys doing? Are you going back to work? Are you not? Do you feel stuck? Are you going to get benefits? Are you going to get money if you don't go back to work? Your health is the most important thing on my mind. So let me know what you think. Please share this video with other people if you think they might be able to contribute to this dialogue. And also, thank you guys for sending questions. I try to answer as many questions as I possibly can. I can't always get to them, but remember, if you send stars and you ask a question, I answer your questions first, and I also give you a shout out. So keep that in mind. That's an option for you as well. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. We're going to keep this discussion going. Hang in there, stay safe, and I will talk to you soon.